power company ran to cut your family tree down.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another special episode of Southern Fried Gaming. It is Christmas time, and tonight I'm joined by JB, Zach, and Mike is back with us. Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. Yep.
All right, before we get started with our bargain bin Christmas, guys, I want to know what some of your favorite Christmas gaming memories are. Do you have any specific memories around Christmas tied to games?
I remember whenever the Nintendo 64 came out, and yeah, I'm ancient. It's okay. I'm not super ancient, but I'm old. And so that was a gift for my brother and I to share. And so we got like 2 games with it, but one of them was 007 GoldenEye. That was the game that we had, and we played that so much. And then my parents came in and realized that that was a murder game. Like we were actively killing each other. Like, yeah, they didn't they understood that 007 was like a spy game, so I don't know what they were really expecting, but they came in and realized, "Oh, this is a you're shooting each other game." Then my dad joined us, and so that was great. But like it was one of those moments that it's like, over the years, like the 64 was like one of the first platforms I think we had in our house. We had my dad's old Atari at one point. He found it. He's like, "Y'all want to play this?" So we played on that. But like we got the Nintendo 64 plus a CRT TV and a couple of games, and that was our Christmas that year. Like that was the entirety of it. And we did not want to go back to school a couple of weeks later. Like we just want to stay home and play the Nintendo 64.
I feel that way now.
Right.
I mean, I still do. I remember like the feeling of I really don't want to do this. I want to stay home and play. I've got a reason to stay in my room.
Oh man, we got a Nintendo 64 for Christmas one year, but I want to say that my favorite part growing up about getting close to Christmas time, so we finally got out of school, and my brother and I would either play the holiday events in RuneScape or change all of our textures in Minecraft to Christmas textures, and we just had lots of holiday fun there. I miss those days.
It was simpler.
Yeah. I remember when I was a wee little lad. I don't remember exactly how old, but it was a early childhood memory. We had a PlayStation, the original PS1, and I remember getting like 2 or 3 games for it as part of my Christmas presents or whatever. One was Spyro, and boy, that was pure joy. That was pure gold. And I know another one of them was like this Looney Tunes game. I can't remember the name of the game, but you played as Wile E. Coyote, and you were trying to get the sheep, and the sheepdog was constantly beating the crap out of you. And it was just, you were up to shenanigans trying to get the sheep all the time without getting caught by the sheepdog. And that game was surprisingly fantastic. Like, man, maybe it's just, I was a small child and I was easily impressed. I don't know. But I remember loving that game almost as much as Spyro.
Wasn't it nice when all video games were new and you didn't play a single bad game ever?
Right? It was. Those were good times.
I miss being young and being more easily impressed.
Right.
Like the games that we have now would have blown my mind as a kid, but I would have never been able to play them. And like 007 GoldenEye, I was too young to be able to complete it very well. Like, I mean, I beat all the levels on easy. When I started having to go through and do the initial objectives, it's like I was not smart enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I look back like on Spyro and I'm just like, what? How did I play that game as a child and actually enjoy it? Because even like the Reignited trilogy, dude, that is hard now.
Yeah, they're kind of
Like,
they're pretty tough compared to today's platformers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember getting the Spyro Reignited trilogy on Switch and playing it for the first time. And it was like, damn, has Spyro always been this hard? I don't remember Spyro being this hard.
We just didn't care. Like the fact that we were just getting it handed to us on the daily, like we were having fun as a dragon that shoot fire.
Right. It doesn't matter if I'm getting wrecked by these nasty Norks and whatnot.
You're just having a good time.
Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I believe one of my best ones probably was getting a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and then the games I got for it then were Killer Instinct. I think it was Ready to Rumble Boxing. It was Smash Brothers, the original, and then it was what was that other one? Oh, Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
I used to throw down on some Smash Bros. And Rogue
I
Squadron
know.
is a top tier Star Wars game.
And I remember that because I don't think I left my room for a couple days, but it was amazing. And he talking about like showing, he was talking about the 64 or whatever, and talking about showing his age. Now, I remember throwing it down on the original NES and making sure no one cut it off because I was on the 8th world of Super Mario 3 or Mario World, whatever, Mario Brothers 3. And you couldn't save.
Yeah,
Could
there
not
wasn't there was no ROM.
No, and that was amazing. I even had the trackpad for that and gun. We had the all 3 games in one cartridge. That was amazing.
Well, all right, now that we've reminisced on some good memories, did we make good memories this year with our bargain bin Christmas roulette? So for our bargain bin Christmas, they're laughing
Silence.
because it was, as you'll see, probably here in a little bit, it was kind of a dumpster fire of a Christmas show, but
Hey.
manage your expectations.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lower your expectation.
All right.
No, you
so
keep
the
those
rule-
expectations high.
The rules for the bargain bin Christmas were that all of us had to choose a game that cost $5 or less. We waited until the 18th for the Steam sale to go live, so we all chose a game on Steam. The games that were chosen were Stone Simulator, Santa Simulator Christmas Factory, Machik, and Strafe. Some people did not want others to have a good time this Christmas. Now, the way these games were assigned was random. We weren't able to get our own game that we picked, so we put all the games on a wheel, and in no particular order, just spun the wheel for Zach first. Zach, you got Stone Simulator. Who would like to admit that they bought Stone Simulator for the group?
It was me, Mike.
Why do you hate me?
Look, I wanted someone
In
to
his
have a
defense, he didn't
chill
hate you specifically.
experience, okay? And
So
the
it's not
fact that
me
I knew,
specifically.
now the fact that I knew I didn't have to sit through it was it was just a bonus, okay?
So Zach, how much did you have to pay for Stone Simulator?
Like $2. Like it was very cheap.
$2. Okay.
Like it was like maybe $2.64 or something like that, $2 or $3. Like it was well under the $5 limit.
Yeah, I don't remember if I stated that. It had to be $5 or less.
Yeah. So the game itself, I am
Can you even call it a game?
it.
Were there
So
gameplay elements?
yes, there are gameplay elements, and I
Okay.
will get to that. I personally am more of like a horror action RPG. I like to do things. This game has a lot of not doing things in it. It's marketed as like a Zen meditative game. So there are 3 modes for it. One is Zen, one is events, and then one is multiplayer mode, so that you and your friends can simulate being stones together.
Man, we should have all bought this one.
Yeah, sure. So I went into events mode. So in the 35 minutes that I played it, because that was the absolute maximum that I could play without throwing myself off my roof. The first thing that happened was fog rolled in. I will say this. Before I go into this, I'm not ripping on anybody who likes the game, because the game itself is beautiful. Like it's well done. The zones are well designed. Like I say, the zone that I stayed in the entirety of my time. Like there was a lot of detail. All of the assets were really well placed. Like it looked like you were in the middle of like you were at the top of a hill with a little forest behind you, overlooking a small oasis type area with a rock outcropping, and then out in the distance you saw mountains, you had clouds moving, you had shadows and everything. Like you had all of these elements that if other games had them, immersion would be massive. Like your computer could not run a game that had this many assets that were designed to work in this way. Like
Wait,
you
Zach,
you
can
get
I
a
ask a clarifying question?
yes,
You said you can see all these things?
yes.
0 out of 10. Stones don't have eyes.
Stones don't have eyes. They also don't talk, but the stone talks to you.
Boy.
Yeah. So, well, it pops up text. It thinks.
What
It's
are
a
the
thinking
lore
stone.
It has inner
implications
monologue.
of this?
That stones themselves just don't move
Stonologue.
very fast or very far. And anytime that they do move, it's because they wanted to. So the events. So I went into events mode because Zen mode was. I probably wouldn't have made it through 10 minutes. So the first thing was fog rolls in. I'm like, oh, this fog looks like really realistic. Looks really cool. Then off in the distance, I see tentacles, and I'm like, huh. So in the distance, I don't actually get close enough to see the whatever monster it was. But it looked like a mix between a hermit crab that used to get from Journeys and Cthulhu on the front side. So it's like the giant hermit crab shell, like being led by tentacles as it goes off into the distance, just a shadowy figure. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I watched that, and I was like, okay. And then the fog rolls out, goes back to sun. Well, then I'm looking around, and I start hearing weird little noises, like sounds like sparks. A portal, like Doctor Strange portal, opens up in front of me, and this is the moment where I realize that the stone has text that is popping up above it, and the stone writes, and I quote, "I hope that portal is not for me. I can't jump because I'm a rock." And I'm like, so there's text to this. So then I start testing to see what I can do to make it talk. WASD is typical movement in games. That's pretty well discussed. I start tapping on W, just like every once in a while, looking around. It's like, are you really trying to move? Are you really trying to move? Like I'm a rock, like I don't move. And I start tapping really fast. It's like, it'll take about 1 million or more of those for me to move because we move really slowly. And it's like, are you really still pressing? Stop rushing me. And like, it starts talking to you. It's like, finally, it moves like an inch, says, there, are you satisfied? I'm like, wow. So rain rolls in, and like it's really cool. Like you get like the water droplets on your camera, and then like the ground around you starts out dry, and it gradually becomes more and more wet. Like it's a progressive thing. Like it's not. It starts raining, and immediately
As it
the
does when
ground
it
just looks
rains.
entirely wet. Yeah, like it like it started out with the ground turned dark because it was starting to absorb water, and then you saw water start pooling, and it's like, okay, this is actually really cool. For that, like, I mean, as far as like the mechanics for that, it's really well designed. The night was pretty uneventful. It was dark with clouds and stars and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, that's pretty common fare. But then an event happened where fireflies popped up, and they were glowing, and it looked really cool. There was a point where I had a green magic glow come around the rock, picked up the rock, floated in the air, almost like an evolution, and then just you ended up right back where you started from. So, overall, like just chilling and watching scenery is what you want to do. You could probably put this up on a big TV, drink you a cup of coffee, and like if that's your thing, have a great time. I, however, did not. I think I would give it a thumbs up just for the fact that, like, I think that it's well done. I think that if this is your type of thing, that you would enjoy it. It wasn't not for me.
Aw, so you didn't have a good Christmas.
No,
I guess I could be the labeled the Grinch of his Christmas this year.
So
more like
Zach-
Krampus.
So I guess Zach
Oh, that's
didn't
even
enjoy
better.
getting stoned.
Yeah.
Hey,
I am a
For people who were just sitting there, toking it out, perfect
Yeah.
game.
By the
Could
way,
be.
there's a leaderboard for this game. By the way,
Oh, what?
there's a
What?
leaderboard
What? For how long you can withstand it?
for how long that you have it running, and the current leader, which is like the leader by like 14 days, is 26 days.
Couple questions, or I guess a question and then a statement. First question, I guess the question:
Mhm.
Are we sure this isn't a crypto miner for the developer?
We are not. No.
But I can also see this game working as like one of those you just keep up on a monitor somewhere in your
Mhm.
office or something, and you just look from time to time when you're looking away from your document and just seeing the weird stuff happen. I think it does have a place. I didn't know all the weird stuff happened. I thought you literally just watched a rock and
Well, there's
weather.
two. There's
Yeah.
two single player modes. One is just the Zen mode where it moves through seasons and weather and stuff, and then there's an events mode which has all the weird events happening. So
Gotcha.
like you have the two modes, and there is just the Zen mode where you can just put it up, and then that's just going to be just strictly weather and seasons, and changing through from day to night and stuff. That was not the mode I chose though. I wanted the Cthulhu Hermitcraft.
I feel like I'm just gonna have to go out and say this in today's market. That seems like a waste of perfectly good RAM. We're just
You're-
wasting perfectly good resources here.
Also, the game is like almost 6 gigs. Yeah.
It's all them beautiful assets.
Yeah. Like, all right.
All right.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Up next, I was given Santa Simulator Christmas Factory. Who got this one?
It was I. But to be fair, it was either that or Dead Island 2. And I know that Caleb's not really a horror guy. Now, I don't know much about, JB and Mike on what y'all's preferences are, but like I knew that Caleb wouldn't have as much fun with Dead Island 2 as he would just a chaos game. So I went with Santa Claus Factory Simulator.
Okay, I've got some things to say about this game, but first, I just want to read the description of it from Steam. Santa Simulator Christmas Factory, because there's a different game called Santa Simulator that I almost got, which looks like a horror game. But this is the one. This is the one you chose. This is Santa Simulator
I sent the link.
Christmas Factory. Step into the boots of Santa himself. Read children's letters, choose the right gifts, deliver them at lightning speed, and master the magic of Christmas in this cozy yet chaotic holiday simulator. Can you keep the true spirit of life and make every child's wish come true? That was the description. The answer is no. This game, if you can even call it that, is one of the most broken pieces of garbage I have ever attempted to run on my computer in all of my gaming time. And I've played some bad early access thing. On the bottom of the Steam page where it says AI generated content disclosure, the developers describe how this game uses AI content like this. This game was made using AI.
I totally
Well,
didn't
at least
read
they
that.
didn't lie.
I totally didn't read that at all.
So-
Hey, at least they're honest.
I watched the trailer and was like, $5. Into the buggy you go.
To start with,
That'll
the
do.
game ran like Garbo. I had to turn the graphics way down.
Sorry.
Secondly, there was no option to change your mouse sensitivity. So I was just like zooming back and forth. This game is first person, by the way. It's a first person workshop simulator.
I'm getting flashbacks.
So Santa's workshop, you start off outside. All right, here's how the game is supposed to go. You're supposed to check the mail, get the letters from the kids, take them inside, put them on your cork board so you can see the letters and what the kids want. You go up to your conveyor belt, pick out the toy they want, bring it to the packaging station, package the toy, bring it to your sleigh, and deliver the present. Let me tell you how it really happened. So, to be upfront, I attempted this game 3 times, never once made it through the tutorial. So, the first time, you go to your mailbox, you open it, and it launches the letters across the yard. So, you have to go across the yard to pick the letters up from the ground. And then you have to go inside, but you're not outside is outside of the reindeer stables. There is no workshop. You have to go through a portal to get to the workshop. So after getting the letters, I walk through a portal and I'm in a workshop, which is just this one room. It's got a staircase and maybe some little side. I guess it's got side rooms. It's just large open area. And you can tell this game is made for co-op because there are multiple packaging stations, multiple coloring stations, and things of that sort. But you go inside and then all the lights turn off and it says, "Oh, you need wood for the furnace to power your workshop." So you have to turn around, go outside, get a single piece of wood, go back in and load that into your furnace. Then you have to turn the furnace on, and then that powers your conveyor belt. So you have to look at one of the letters to see what toy the kids want. Now, the letters could have up to 4 different toys that the kids could want, but you can only do one toy. Doesn't matter which toy you pick. So you get the toy, bring it to the packaging station. But to bring it to the packaging station, you also have to go grab the right letter, load it into the packaging station, and then it'll package the toy. Then from there, you can pick up the box, go back outside, put the box in the sleigh, and then go to the kid's house. This is where the game becomes a stealth simulator.
Oh no!
In the houses are dogs and cameras, and you have to avoid both. I had no issue with this my first attempt, but after I delivered my first 2 packages, it stopped progressing me through the tutorial and I was locked out of progression. So I had to start the game over. So I go back to the mailbox, open it, have to chase the letters across the yard, start packaging the toys. I grabbed the wrong toy first and grabbed the wrong letter. Could not get my letter back after packaging the toy, and locked myself out of progression in the tutorial. That was on me. So I said, okay, I'll give it one more shot. So I do it again. I get all the way to the delivery, get in the house, and I spawn in front of 2 cameras looking directly at me and immediately fail. So I refunded the game. That was my experience with Santa Simulator Christmas Factory.
I think that might
There's
be a
apparently
first
a
for Bargain
game-
Bin Buddies.
There's supposedly there's a game beyond the tutorial. I wouldn't know. I couldn't make it that far. I gave this
Couldn't
game
get
about
that.
40 minutes more than it deserved. I tried. I really did.
Wow, we
So
might have
I'm
a
assuming
new,
that one gets a thumbs
we,
down, Caleb.
we
I'm
might have a
assuming
new
it gets thumbs
contender
down.
for the worst.
Well, it was Christmas, so I was like, okay, this one's a Christmas game. The the trailer looked fun-ish.
No, the trailer is deceptively intact.
It's because they made a video of it. They did machinima of it.
Right.
But no,
Not
I'm not
actual
gonna lie.
gameplay.
I was like, I thought it might be some hokey Christmas fun, but it didn't work. And if you go
Yeah.
scroll down to the reviews, most of the reviews say it's a buggy mess and it's way too basic.
I read
Then
none
you
of
get
that.
some thumbs up. Like, this game is quite a good experience. Only a couple bugs. Played it 2 hours. Might turn into a yearly play for me. Really great game. But then it's just, those are few and far between. So if this game works for some people, great. If it did not work for me. So unfortunately, if we were judging these, this would go in the
Way
trash.
on the bottom.
All right.
So, Stone Simulator wasn't the worst pick so far.
Apparently, I hated Caleb.
Yeah, you're the one that ruined Christmas, okay?
So Mike, what did you play?
Well, I was assigned Magic.
And who
and I
got
say
that
it that
for you?
way. I don't know. Who got that for me?
Definitely not me?
Oh.
Yeah, that would be JB the Rooster. Definitely.
The
JB the
culprit.
Rooster
Possibly in the name. Possibly in the name.
giving a chicken game?
Right?
Who'd have thought?
What? Who would have thought?
Well, pretty much. Magic, it was developed by Dead Pixel. They have about 4 other games right now, one that's fixing to be released. But pretty much, Magic, if anybody was around that's listening for, I think it was our very first Bargain Bin Buddies episode, Vampire Survivors. Wasn't that our first one?
Yep. Vampire
Okay.
Survivors was the very first Bargain Bin Buddy
I
episode.
thought so.
Which was
This
also
is
my-
Vampire Survivors, but you're a chicken with a
There's no way
wand.
it can't be
I
bad.
was gonna say, I mean, you see why I
Or
liked it?
can't be good.
And and your whole objective is to kill frogs. Lots and lots of frogs. But I'll tell you this game is fun. Like, it is really fun. And the music in this game is spot on. Like, it keeps you pumped up the whole time you're playing it. Now, disclaimer for me is that I guess in my old age, being forgetful, I did not read what we were doing correctly for this episode. So I played this game about 30 minutes before we started this episode. But it's pretty awesome. I mean, I hadn't got into much of it because I haven't played it long, but it has a system where you get to change your wand. You get to make a wand out of different types of wood when you unlock them or find them. And then you get cores you can put in there and make different cores and change the aspects of your wand to change the gameplay, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, that's something different. And it's like I said about the Vampire Survivors, you're killing a whole bunch of waves of enemy constantly coming. You're getting experience. You're leveling up your abilities, getting new abilities, finding chests and everything around there. But honestly, it was good. It was fun. I'm going to keep it and I'm going to play it some more. I'm not refunding it like some people,
Woohoo!
but
I'm a terrible person.
it's understandable.
No, that one sounded like it deserved it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
on the devs. Well,
Now-
on the AI.
I did notice though, looking at their store page, that Dead Pixel, the developer, only has 96 followers. So there's not a whole lot of people following the studio. I don't know how many people have downloaded the game. I didn't look at that. But this game, when was it released? Oh, it was released
I think it was
September
last year.
2025. No, that was My Chick 2.
No,
Never
that's
mind.
yeah,
It's
that's
2024.
the
Yeah.
sequel was this year. Yeah.
March
Yeah, so
2024.
yeah, so
There's a
for
sequel?
context, there is a sequel, and
Yeah,
that's
there
how I
is.
found out about it because my lovely wife found Magic 2 and bought it for me and gifted it to me, and I have played 7.4 hours of that game. It is
It actually has its own
very fun.
soundtrack. You can just download the soundtrack.
Yeah, Magic 2 is very fun. And then she also bought me the original when she found it, and I have not played it because I had already started the second one before she bought me the first. So I've played 7 hours of the second game, but I decided to hold off on playing the first because I was like, oh, that's going to be my Christmas pick. So yeah, I can basically everything that Mike said about the game that he had enjoyed so far, I can say the same about the sequel. It's very good. It's a lot of fun. It from what I'm guessing is just more of the same from the first game. But yeah, these developers, Dead Pixel, I think they're from Brazil. I
Yeah.
don't really know much about them, but
Yeah, they're Brazilian.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of people that went into it. I think it was like 8 people were working on it,
Wait,
and that's like
how many is the
composer.
Brazilian people?
It's a lot.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think
But-
they've only been like the studio didn't start until like just a few years ago, like 2020, I believe. And I did also find that Magic is listed as being developed in Unity, which is cool. I have some experience in that engine, but yeah, Magic 1 and 2 apparently pretty good games. Maybe some more folks should check out Dead Pixel.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest is everybody would, because they do have kind of a little bit of a like rounded area in their games too, because one of them is Bees versus Zombies, which is more of a tower defense kind of game. Instead of you run around, you got towers you're doing all that with, and then you have Magic Venue, which is Magic Venue is kind of more of like Magic or Magic. It's got kind of waves of enemies you fight, do all that. But then their upcoming one that will be, I don't see a release date yet, but it's called Eclipse. Shine of Dawn is more of a kind of open world game. So it'd be kind of fun to see what that is all about.
Okay, I'm looking
Kind
at
of a-
the Steam page for Magic Venue right now, and that one looks the most interesting to me because you
Mhm.
get to jump between 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, that
still that
does sound cool.
Vampire Survivor style game, and it's only $2.49 right now. I might jump on that.
Pretty
after this
much every
podcast.
one of their games right now is below $5 except for Magic 2.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
still below
Magic
10.
2 is $5.59 on sale right now.
Yeah.
And it just released in September. So
Which even full price, I mean, is $6.99. So I mean, it's
Right.
still not expensive. But yeah, honestly, I mean, I give a thumbs up to it. You know, if going to the rating system, I would actually probably put this one up on. I'd probably put this one back in the bin. It's a good bargain find. It's a good pick. Good time waster. But since we
Heck
already
yeah.
put Vampire Survivors up on the shelf, this one has to stay in the bin.
right.
In my opinion. In my opinion.
That's just my opinion.
And that leaves us with JB with our final game of the night.
Yeah.
It was Strafe. I put Strafe in the thing.
Couldn't have guessed.
I know
would've
nothing of
never
this
guessed
game,
that.
so
Well, Strafe is a pretty interesting game that spoiler alert, I didn't play very much of because it's just been busy last few days, but I played it for roughly an hour, I think, and I quite enjoyed it. It is basically it's a roguelite boomer shooter. It is meant to pay homage and maybe parody a bit the late 90s boomer shooters like Doom and Quake.
I see that.
And yeah, so it's got that that sort of graphical aesthetic and just the basic gameplay, but with like the gameplay system of a roguelite being procedurally generated, or at least sort of procedural. I'm not entirely sure,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's got
but
basically the maps have chunks, and those chunks are arranged in different ways every time you play it.
okay, yeah. But yeah, so basically the game, like the lore of it, I guess, you're a scrapper, and they've sent you to scavenge the ship on the edge of the galaxy, edge of known space, whatever. And basically, I played through the tutorial, which was pretty hilarious. Like they have like a live action actress that's very dramatic, and I think that's where the parodying really comes into play. And she basically is like telling you what you're being hired for, and kind of making it sound like an honor, but really just straight up telling you you're gonna die. Tell your friends and family goodbye because they'll never see you again. Like, good luck. We don't expect you to return. It's like, all right. And then I played the game, and yeah, I can see why she said that. It's wild.
It is kind of difficult. I put this one on the wheel because it's a game I got for free a long time ago that I'd really heard nobody else play before. And you turn it on, and as soon as you fire your first shot, that soundtrack kicks in,
Yeah.
and that's a feeling that I just keep coming back to. And I just wanted to share that with the boys.
Well, I appreciate you sharing it. I will play it again. I actually did enjoy it. Yeah, like you said, the music soundtrack kicks in, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready to murder some aliens, And you just running. It's very fast paced and just hype, high octane action. I feel like the blend of roguelite and boomer shooter is really just a good blend. It works really well.
This game also has one of my favorite product tie-ins of all time in any video game ever. This is just kind of a little niche thing I saw on a video one time. But in your little hub world, you walk in the room, and to the right, there's like stacks of servers and PC towers. There's a little post-it that says one, and then there's a couple, like two things stacked up. If you shoot them in order, a door will open, and you go in the door, and you can open the cabinet, and there's a bag of Totino's pizza rolls, fully licensed Totino's pizza rolls. You put those in the microwave, and then you go on an acid trip to where the game turns into an old school Doom style shooter where you have to make pizza out of the enemies. Your gun is like a pizza cutter.
That's cool.
So you basically get two games in one. But it's just, I don't know. The game is fun to me. I liked it a lot. I've never beaten it, but I have gotten
Yeah,
pretty far.
I don't
I've
know that I'd
figured out a
ever
few
be
of the
able to beat
secrets.
it.
It does
But
get easier once you learn some of the stuff and
yeah,
unlock things like big head mode, so you can get headshots on the enemies way easier.
yeah, I did a little research into it too, and like I saw the dev team was from Pixel Titans, but the publisher is one you guys probably have heard of, Devolver Digital.
They're one of my favorites.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
let's
just
say,
looking at. I was like, they had
let's say, and it kind of makes sense. Like Devolver tends to push these kind of games, like just something quirky and hype and just really over the top. So it's a good standard Devolver Digital push. But apparently, it was also crowdfunded via Kickstarter.
Historically, I don't think the game was rated very highly. I think people said it was too repetitive and didn't have enough of a roguelite feature to be considered roguelite.
Mm.
But I just like it for quick sessions of just run and gun violence.
Well, I enjoyed it, Caleb, and I may not ever beat it, but I appreciate you throwing it in the mix. I will definitely
No
play it
problem. No
again.
problem. See, unlike some people, I wanted people to have fun in this little endeavor that we did here tonight.
Well, I'm sorry that the thing that I thought was going to be that I'm sorry I don't read reviews before I buy games. Who
You know
does
what?
that?
You know what? I'm proud of you for that. You should form your own opinion.
I just didn't play the game before I sent it to you. That was my
It's all
problem.
good. It's all good. Regardless, we had a great time with all these games, regardless of stuff. I mean, it was an experience nonetheless.
Yeah. I still have Stone Simulator, by the way. I did not refund it. I
Haha.
kept it because it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It simulates being a stone.
All right, had the game that I got actually worked, I probably would have played it on a Christmas stream or something in the future.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
didn't.
of game not working, by the way, Strafe did not want to play on my computer.
Oh,
I thankfully I went to the discussions board on its Steam page and found where somebody had put somebody had complained about that, and apparently it doesn't like newer hardware. And
Oh.
so I have a 14th gen processor, Intel processor, and it did not like it. It just kept crashing every time I tried to launch it. But thankfully, some nice guy in the discussion board had some custom launch options that they claimed would fix it, and it did. So I actually am able to play the game.
Well, had I known that, I probably wouldn't have put that one on the wheel. My bad.
Hey, no problem. Game works. Just apparently doesn't like newer hardware.
My computer would be just fine then.
Yeah, mine is fine. Oh man. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I was a little upset at first. I was just like, oh, this actually looks like it's gonna be fun. Thank you, random guy in the Steam discussion board, for saving the day.
those people are the real MVPs sometimes.
Right.
Real man of genius. Today we salute you.
Guy in the Steam discussion boards.
That's it.
Yes.
Anyways, we hope you've enjoyed listening to us ramble about these games that we were randomly assigned, that we chose for ourselves. So we did this to ourselves. What awesome games have you found on any of the Steam, GOG, Nintendo Expo, what digital store sales? Let us know some of your favorite Christmas memories in the comments below. We'll catch you guys next year. That's it for this year for Southern Fried Gaming. That was a bad
Yeah.
outro. We'll redo that.
You ever been beat by a wet noodle?
Keeping that.
A few times. Once or twice.
But that's all we've got for tonight. We'll catch you in 2026. Peace out.
See ya.
Later.